Ali, you watch Akhi TV.
This is Richie Comment. Keep watching Akhi TV. Subscribe.
I did Twitty, free bacon, egg, and cheese after my fight. We here with Akhi TV. You know, we out here.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment.
And the I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put an ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And the I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put an ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah.
This is Ali, you watch Akhi TV.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Pieces and blessings upon all my Akhis and all my sisters out there. Welcome to Split Decision, episode 35. It's a boxing debate / talk show where Akhi mix, master, produce, engineer Split Decision while knocking out all these decafs. I mean, like RJ said in the comment section, shout out to RJ and H Money and everybody in the chat, all my Akhis. He said the chat ain't even start yet. The episode haven't even began. However, all these decafs already thumping down the truth because the truth is not popular. And I recall the special edition episode, Split Decision episode 34, I believe. I mean, I was on the show for what, 2 hours challenging all the decafs. Like I'm the A boogeyman, got all these decafs singing, oh nah 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 nah. As soon as y'all broski, I keep pull up. Now they in the chat talking all that. Y'all won't believe this. I was on the chat for like 2 hours. I didn't even get a single decaf calling in beside Camacho, who's a regular decaf that I knock out almost every day. I got tired of knocking him out. Nobody called in trying to prove what I'm saying wrong or debunk anything I had to say. As soon as I press end show, end of the live on the computer, my phone blew up. They hit me up with all type of notifications in the comment section as soon as I finished the show. They say, oh, well, that had been debunked, this and that. Try to use some irrelevant points that I have to brush off the excuses before I wipe it off, right? Before I even get to talk about it. All I'm saying is I'm on live for 2 hours and nobody called. But as soon as I'm done, y'all in the comment section talking ish. That's why y'all called keyboard warriors, all the decafs. Like I said, grow some cojones. Quit eating that contaminated meat that doesn't allow your cojones to grow and challenge Akhi. I mean, y'all got me feeling like Money May. Y'all got me feeling like the Iron Mike at a young age. Young Akhi out here feeling like Mike Tyson on Split Decision because I'm the most feared when it comes to debate. Forget about growing cojones to hop in the ring and challenge somebody. These decafs don't got the cojones to challenge Akhi on Split Decision. Like I said, if you know better, do better. And y'all know when it's the truth, you can't go against the truth. Because you already know the opposite of the truth is the lie. So with that being said, we just getting started today. We're going to cook them up. So call in. The number is in the description box like always. So shout out to everybody in the chat from H Money and everybody. So go ahead and subscribe below. If you're trying to get smarter by the minute, if you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't. And listen to these decafs / old media. And I got some more great news coming. Dante, my broski, it's almost there. We're going to get the channel back. So with that being said, he coming back harder than ever. So I'm going to interview him as soon as we done with his, you know, as soon as his channel is back. And for the people that saying, challenge this decaf, challenge the wizard of decafs on another channel. I say this, a king don't get up from his throne to challenge a peasant. He a peasant to me. He a clown. Tell that clown to come on my show and I'm knocking him straight out. Whoever he is. It don't got to be whoever this caller talking about or boxing one-on-one. You know, go tell your decaf wizard to pull up on Split Decision like I told y'all. Anybody can get it. Call me the Can Man. Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
With that being said, a king don't get up from his throne to address a peasant that's telling lies. You come address the truth and see the truth and seek out the truth in Akhi. Because like I said, one thing that can't be hidden for too long is the sun and the moon and the truth that Akhi spit on the mic daily. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, we just getting started.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
So click on that like button. Obviously, these decavs hate the truth, but they out here listening to it. You know, starting off, we're going to start off with what Mike Tyson had to say and many more from Prince Naseem Hamed, my favorite fighter, and Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence, Devin Haney, Laila Ali, Claressa Shield. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and get it rolling. Starting off with Mike Tyson, Shannon the Cannon, he came out on a live stating the money is there. The money is almost there. I will leave it at that. So he hinting at a fight between him and Mike Tyson when he got asked on that. Now, at first, you know, they were rumors, but then they debunked it. And now Shannon the Cannon talking about they in talks, and they almost about to make the fight. I would love to see an exhibition between the two. I think Shannon the Cannon still got it more so than Mike Tyson. But of course, Mike Tyson, he the original Mike. You know, he the original boogeyman. Just like Akhi on Split Decision. Like I told y'all, they got me feeling like the Iron Mike on Split Decision. They don't even got the cojones to debate. But with that being stated, it's an interesting exhibition match to me. Shannon the Cannon got a lot of power, so does Mike. But just like Tyson's favorite quote, everybody got a game plan till they get hit. So Mike Tyson could look good on the pads, but I don't think it's a wise idea to do an exhibition right now. But he's looking good. But you won't really know till you there fighting for real and you getting hit. You don't know how your body react at 53. Father Time undefeated. There was only one fighter that really beat Father Time, but he stopped at 40 years old. Hopkins did it till he was 50 years old. And I don't know if it was God playing, but he got put out of the arena almost. He the oldest champion ever. The oldest heavyweight champion was George Foreman. And he won a title at 45. So, like I said, an exhibition match really ain't all that. But at the end of the day, you still getting hit. I don't give a damn if it's my language. But I don't care if it's a headgear or no headgear. You're still getting hit with a whole lot of force, and the brain is not meant to be hit, especially at an old age. And let's not forget, Mike really be smoking a whole lot. So does he even really have the stamina? So drop in your comment section, who would y'all prefer Mike Tyson fight next? Would y'all want him to fight Shannon the Cannon, or do y'all prefer somebody else? With that being said, there's also talks of Holyfield versus Tyson trilogy. Holyfield stated that talks have begun with Mike Tyson for a trilogy. And I posted a video of Holyfield highlights as soon as Mike Tyson posted his video, and it went viral. It went crazy. Holyfield did the same thing. He did a little dance. So, to be honest, when it comes to that, I saw it coming, but man, I don't know. They really at an old age. It reminded me of a movie 50 Cent made. But in that movie, 50 was really trying to put to light Pacquiao versus Mayweather situation, claiming they're not going to fight till 60 years old. But Holyfield and Mike been fought, and they didn't fight once, but they fought twice. So I think to close the chapter in sportman fashion, they should fight, and whoever wins, you know, he the best at that age. But does that mean he the better fighter? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, it will show sportsmanship. So it's a good look, especially when the sport of boxing is pretty known with Mike Tyson ear bite when he bit Holyfield in the second fight because he was so frustrated. He didn't bit one ear, he bit both ears. And I believe Holyfield had the kryptonite as far as his style for Mike Tyson. He always had the ability to take a great punch. He had an iron chin. He had a tremendous defense, and he was a great boxer and a counterpuncher. So the fact that he had all of that, it was like the kryptonite for Mike. I think somebody talking about the show is frozen. The hell? Pause 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Just give me 1 second. Let me put y'all in timeout for the moment, because they done froze my video. Froze. Run into technical difficulties.
Richie, comment, keep watching Akhi TV, subscribe.
Twitty, free bacon, egg, and cheese after my fight. We here with Akhi TV. You know, we out there.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment.
And the I gonna say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And the I gonna say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah.
This is Saddam Ali, you watch Akhi TV.
This is Richie, comment, keep watching Akhi TV, subscribe.
Twitty, free bacon, egg, and cheese after my fight. We here with Akhi TV. You know, we out there.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment.
And the I gonna say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And the I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah.
This is Saddam Ali, you watch Akhi TV.
This is Richie Comic. Keep watching Akhi TV. Subscribe.
Ali 20, free bacon, egg, and cheese after my fight. We here with Akhi TV. You know, we out here.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment. We out here.
And I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You
That's what you get if you don't subscribe, huh?
Subscribe, like, you already know, comment. We out here.
And I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah. Why? And I go and say, I don't got time for the hate. I need more time in my day. I put that ice in my bay, yeah. You riding on me, I get my drip overseas. Niggas are hating on me, yeah.
This is Saddam Ali, you watch Akhi TV.
This is Richie Comic. Keep watching Akhi TV. Subscribe.
We back. I just had technical difficulties. You never know with this technology. Like I said, it's mix, master, engineer, produce, and all of the above. So I got to pretty much do 5-man operation. So hang there with me. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in and that's still tuning in. So like I said, when it comes to Holyfield and Tyson, it's pretty much let them close the chapter in a good way, you know, in a sportsmanship way. So why not? All I'm saying is, as long as they in health shape, they won't go in there to kill each other, which pretty much that's exactly what they're gonna do. Then let's see it. I will say, I don't know who to pick though, because obviously Mike Tyson looked good. Holyfield, is he shocked? Is he not? Ain't no telling. But one thing about Holyfield, he always, and he been fighting till like he fought till like a very old age. He even sparred Andy Ruiz not too long ago, when Andy Ruiz was pretty young. But my point is, he was still getting in there with high competition at an old age. So he might be the sharper of the two. So we'll see. That being said, let's go ahead and move to the next topic. And like I always tell y'all on Split Decision, this is basically debate/talk show. So you could call in, you could debate on whatever you want to debate out. I'm yet to have an intelligent debate, or we could talk, just talk boxing, right? So if you're an Akhi man, talk boxing all day. If you a decaf and you want to debate, you could get it too. And if you an Akhi man and you want to debate, it's all goody. Like I said, at the end of the day, there's two sides to every story. So I want to see a different perspective if y'all disagree. So with that being said, Mike Tyson and George Foreman came out stating that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time for the past 100 years. That's coming from a guy really that don't like Floyd like that, and that's Mike Tyson. You know, for him to say that kind of took me by surprise. And if you the best or the greatest for the past 100 years, that mean you the greatest period, because the past 100 years, if you bring me a fighter from that time, they weren't as skillful as fighters nowadays, because obviously fighters improved, trainers improved, methods of training improved. So with that being said, obviously fighters today are way better than they were yesterday. So if Floyd Mayweather is the best fighter for the past 100 years, he the best fighter, period. Right? In my humble opinion, Muhammad Ali will always be the greatest. I am a little biased toward Muhammad Ali because that's who I grew up watching, and he always had a message. I feel like he's bigger than the sport of boxing. If Floyd Mayweather is as big as the sport is going to get, Muhammad Ali is bigger than the sport. And he also fought at a division where it was the most and the most competitive division of all time, in my humble opinion. Sugar Ray Robertson, or Sugar Ray Leonard, more so had the tougher competition at the welterweight division, the second highest competition. But I believe Muhammad Ali, the highest, the greatest, always had the highest competition of any era, of any division. But still, Floyd Mayweather did his thing. He perfected the sport of boxing, and he didn't just rely on his attributes. Muhammad Ali relied on his attributes for a long time, like, you know, just his reflexes, the fact that he's not afraid to let punches fly, and his IQ, the fact that he could dance like a lightweight instead of like a heavyweight. I mean, that gave him the edge in a lot of fights. It reminded me of what Roy Jones said one time. If you can't hit me, then how can you beat me? The sport of boxing is hit and don't get hit. So Ali was the best at that, since he had the quickest feet, quickest hands, and the best reflexes in the game. So that's why Muhammad Ali the greatest to me. If you want to debate it, call in. Obviously, this is a great debate to have. Like I told you, I'm yet to have an intelligent debate with an Akhi of mine, or, you know, anybody that disagrees with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's two sides to an opinion. Now, facts are facts, but opinions, there's two sides to that. You might see things that I don't see. So like I said, I definitely agree with that statement as far as Mike Tyson believing Floyd Mayweather the best as far as perfecting the sport of boxing. You know, he didn't take things for granted. As he declined when it comes to his attributes, a lot of his experience picked up. A lot of things that he picked up down the line, he started using and implementing during a fight. You know, he, as money made, he moved less than Pretty Boy. So with that being said, like I said, call in. We could talk about it. H Money, you got to call in when I get to that Devin Haney topic, for sure, for sure. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me shout out a couple people real quick that's hanging in there with me. Right, Andrew Trolley's, for sure, man. They've been giving me a hard time. H Money, shout out to my bro Ski. Jalene Avery. Sweet Science. he said Prince Naseem Hamed stated the obvious. So we're going to talk about it when we get to what Prince Naseem Hamed had to say. That's one of my favorite fighters. Like I told y'all, Prince Naseem Hamed is a fighter that actually got me into the sport of boxing. And Muhammad Ali, man, like I said, that took it to a whole nother level. If Nas was the prince, Muhammad Ali is the king. And obviously Floyd Mayweather took the green print and took it to a whole nother level. You know, they don't got the green print for money, because if they do, Floyd Mayweather wouldn't be undefeated right now. They don't got the green print because if they do, everybody be rich. Everybody be a millionaire, right? So with that being said, subscribe below and we're going to dive into the next topic. So I guess Conor McGregor came out claiming that he's gonna fight Floyd Mayweather a second time, and Floyd Mayweather been hinting at that. I guess Khabib wants to fight Floyd in the UFC just one round. He willing to do 11 rounds in the ring, but one round in the UFC. We already know who's the Mayweather of the UFC. The only undefeated fighter in the UFC who got out the mud is Khabib, which is unheard of, right? On the other hand, will he come to the sport of boxing? That wouldn't be too intelligent, because that's not his field. Striking is not his thing. Now, Conor, that is his thing. But this fight is long overdue. Let me explain why. In my humble opinion, this fight has been long overdue. The reason why, Floyd Mayweather carried Conor McGregor, and I know he did. He even talked about it. A week before the fight, he was in the strip club every night. He wasn't even training. You know, he hardly trained for that fight, and he still whooped his ass, and he still didn't even take it for real fight night. He was just breaking Conor McGregor down, going to the body, letting him let his punches fly. And in a way, Conor seemed like he got a chance, and so the fans could get their money worth. Because, you know, Conor fans, with all the respect, they delusional. You know, they really thought Conor was going to beat Floyd, right? So Floyd did it in a genius way because he wants a rematch. He knows, like, hey, I could make $300 million fighting him again down the line if I make it seem like he had a chance. So 2 years later, after I'm 2 years older than 40, or 3 or 4 years older, they're going to want to see it again. And now they're going to really think Conor got a shot because he improved so much, this and that, and I could fight him and beat his ass for another $500 million or something, right? So that's Floyd Mayweather mindset. And for him to really think ahead like that while he was already making $350 million, it's crazy, because somebody in his shoe would have just tried to go Iron Mike on Conor McGregor. So with that being said, he might take it for real this time around. But with that being said, Conor promised Mike Tyson that he gonna stop Floyd, which is laughable to say the least, because ain't nobody stopping Floyd. And Mike was talking about how well Conor performed against Floyd, and Floyd the greatest and this and that. But you got to keep in mind, it's all by design by Floyd. He could have stopped him in one round. Man, I truly believe he could have stopped him in 1 or 2 rounds if he really went for the kill and he trained for the fight. But obviously he did it. You know, it was just easy work, like he loves to say. So it's all smart planning. Floyd Mayweather is in this position because it's not because he has an O. The reason why he's in this position, he paid his dues fighting the best and he maintained that O. For example, when Ryan Garcia calls out Triple C, want him to fight in the ring, like, bro, you a youngin in the game. You calling out a legend in the UFC, it don't make any sense, especially when you don't even have a title. If Conor fight Canelo even, or Canelo fights Masvidal, it at least makes sense because they two both big stars. But Ryan, for example, haven't did a damn thing to request Triple C. But Floyd, he obviously older. It gotta make sense. If a fighter from the UFC gonna come to boxing, he need to fight a fighter at his own field, but with a couple advantages on his side, such as youth, such as size, power, weight, whatever, right? Conor is the bigger guy. Conor is the younger guy. He fighting a guy that's 44 if you fight Floyd Mayweather the second time, right? So you got to put these elements on the table. So that's why Floyd Mayweather is in the position to make these type of power moves. So we'll see if that does come to fruition. Like I said, it's all genius planning by Floyd Mayweather. So everybody in the chat, New Pharaoh Nation, RJ, shout out to RJ all day. He said Fury don't have enough. Who rejected RJ comment? Shit, RJ a man, he could say whatever he want to say. Hit that like button, subscribe, and all of the above. So I guess just to keep a reminder is, you know, if you do curse on the chat, if you say the F word or any of that, is automatically, I guess, it get rejected, because that's just how the chat work, in order to keep it respectful. Assalamu alaikum, Salim. Let's go ahead and dive into the next topic. So Danny Garcia came out stating that he fighting Errol Spence in September, or Manny Pacquiao if Errol Spence ain't available. So this pretty much was in the plan. He might not be fighting either if Errol fights Manny Pacquiao. We yet to see what's going on with that. Like I said, ain't no telling. As soon as a big fight get announced on PBC, we're going to pretty much align the other fights. So, for example, if Errol Spence fight Manny Pacquiao, we're going to know, okay, Danny Garcia free now, Sean Porter free, Ugas free, so now they could fight each other. But because Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao, the two biggest cash cows in the welterweight division and in the sport of boxing, period, it's kind of holding boxing up, or the welterweight more so, because nobody wants to make a move till they make a move. Since if they got a shot of facing either or, of course they're going to be all for it. Now, even Keith Thurman, the man that's known for don't duck me, son. The man that wasn't found when Errol Spence pulled up. And that's the truth. So now even Keith Thurman interested in Errol Spence because, like Errol said, the tables have turned. So Danny Garcia wants to see him. Sean Porter already seen him. He wouldn't even see him again. Now Terrence Crawford always been wanting to see him because, of course, Bud, that's the smoke, right? That's what his nickname stands for. So you got to live up to that. So we'll see what Danny Garcia decides to do next based on what Errol and Manny Pacquiao decides to do. It's a great fight. In my humble opinion, I would prefer to see Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. That would give us a huge mega fight. And Danny could fight the winner of that. But if Manny is not interested, then Errol could fight Danny Garcia. Errol Spence already said he don't want no tune-up. He said Danny is his tune-up. Manny Pacquiao is his tune-up. That's how he feels. So it's a great fight regardless. I would love to see Errol get a tune-up first, but according to Errol, he feels pretty fine. He can't wait to spar. He haven't sparred yet. I must point that out. According to Errol last interview, he said that he waiting to put his real teeth back on. Like I said, I'm really not too much informed on what that means. So, like I said, it'd be beneficial to have a tune-up fight, but hey, Errol the truth, you know what I mean? He felt like Danny a tune-up, so that's a dangerous fight in my humble opinion. Danny is a great counter-puncher. What worries me about Danny the most for Errol is the fact that Danny got power. And if Errol Spence ain't 100 there, he's not 100% there, you know, he might test that jaw if it's not 100%. But that being said, Danny is also a counterpuncher. And we know Errol Spence, he loves fighting counterpunchers. The reason why I say that, the way he varies his offense and fights at a pace that fighters can't keep up. And when I say they can't keep up, I mean, it ain't they can't keep up physically. I mean, both physically and mentally. He 5 steps ahead of you. The way he varies his offense, you over here trying to look out for what he just did, and he does something completely different. He throw a jab, then 5 other jabs, then go to the body, go up top. It's hard to be a counter puncher for somebody that varies his offense to that extent. So Errol Spence really has the capability of to outbox you or outbrawl you. Floyd Mayweather once said that to be a great fighter, you got to keep how he said it without me using the exact same words. This is verbatim basically, but trying to be respectful saying it. So he said how to keep a MF on the outside is how you last longer in the sport. He was telling Devin Haney that, right? So Errol Spence know that. He does that. He also a dog. He fights Mexican style and beat you at your own style. That's Errol Spence style. So it's going to be tough for Danny Garcia, like I said, because he is a counterpuncher. It's hard to read Errol. And then when he turn up the gas and go in the inside and tear that body up, it's all she wrote. That's all I'm saying. So I can't wait to see the fight. Drop in the comment section who you have winning the fight. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are picking Errol Spence, so we'll see. So let's move on to the next one. The next topic. So Laila Ali, as y'all seen on my video that I posted, she came out and she started going off on Claressa Shields. She said that Claressa Shields don't have the skill, nor the power, nor the size to keep her off. And she said she gonna tear her up. She 40, but she a healthy 42 years old, right? She also added that it gotta make sense because she the woke, right? Now, Claressa Shields responded by claiming she done talking about Laila Ali. She used her name long enough for clout in order to help her push and publish whatever she got going on for herself. She doesn't want the fight, so she's not going to keep going back and forth. That's what Claressa Shields claims. So obviously Claressa Shields feel like, hey, I'm done with it back and forth. If I feel like you really sincere, we could talk about it. If we fighting for real, we could talk about it. But what's the point of the back and forth if we not gonna fight? You basically stealing my shine. So like I said, in my humble opinion, you know, I just don't want to see the fight because Laila Ali, 42 years old. I got a little bias toward Muhammad Ali, so of course I got a little bias to Laila Ali, and I don't want to see her get hurt. And I really think Claressa Shield the truth, and I really think Claressa Shield the best female fighter of all time, arguably. So they the guats for sure. So they could always go back and forth. But what's the point? Because Laila Ali, like Claressa Shield pointed out, how sincere is she? She 42 years old. She haven't fought for like over a decade. The fight is not a fair fight. It's not a 50-50 fight. It's the biggest women fight of all time. But like I said, it's the biggest fight. But what makes a fight even bigger is the fight being 50-50. And it's definitely not a 50-50 fight. I love Laila Ali, but Claressa Shield got her number. She in her prime. I will always favor a fighter that's in his prime than a fighter that's out of his prime. Like I told y'all, I believe Floyd Mayweather, pretty boy version, and money may beat Errol Spence. But I told y'all, if Errol Spence fight Mayweather today, he will win. Because obviously, Father Time undefeated. Now, I'm not saying that if Laila Ali was in her prime, she could beat Claressa Shield. I don't know that for sure. I believe that Claressa Shield, the most skillful female fighter I ever seen, with me just watching boxing. But I'm not an expert on female boxing. You know, that's not really my field. So I only got into watching female boxing because of Claressa Shield whenever she fought. So I'm not an expert at that field and the fighters that been fighting. So when it comes to that fight in particular, I really don't know who wins that fight prime for prime. But one thing for sure, right now, Claressa Shield walks down Laila Ali. Forget she having power or not. I mean, skills pay the bills. So with that being said, she already a 3-time world champion in three weight divisions, beating a Floyd, a Lomachenko record, winning 3 titles in 3 different divisions in like 9 fights. And you telling me she also undisputed in one of them divisions? That's history right there, man. So I got love for Laila Ali, but I also got love for Claressa Shield. Hopefully they don't fight, but drop in the comment section who y'all favor in that fight. And H Money, like I said, call in, and everybody call in. We gonna talk about it, and anybody that really want to challenge or disagree with anything I say, or even agrees and just want to talk boxing, call in. The number is in the description box below. Let me check if somebody called in. We actually got a caller. He called in. Let's see what he got going on. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, Akhi. Hey, this is on. Call in. Go ahead and call in. We're going to talk about it. Hey, I guess he don't want to call. He don't want to talk. It got too real. I hope the heat then increased as soon as I called in. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start the next topic to somebody calling. I guess nobody wanted to smoke today either. Pretty normal. Like I said, Iron Mike on split decision. Ain't nobody want to smoke. Deontay Wilder $10 million request was a false claim, stated Bob Arum. He said that Bob Arum, excuse me, let me read exactly what he had to say. Bob Arum has clarified that all the talks of Deontay Wilder considering a step-aside deal was a fantasy He said when reports emerged about approaching to host Fury versus Joshua, Wilder team made it clear they had no interest and never asked for any amount of money. So obviously Tyson Fury claimed also that Wilder wanted $10 million to step aside. Completely false. Tyson Fury, he always known for contradicting himself every time he speaks. So that's completely false. And I know Deontay Wilder character. He activated a rematch clause in 1 week period. Apply the rematch. I mean, he wasn't going to take a step aside money. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where we calling from?
Salam alaikum, Akhi. H Money.
H Money. What's going on? You flamed last time, so I gotta inform you on this real quick. Devin Haney, he called out Lomachenko. He said, "Hey, listen, they requested a French fries belt to avoid me because Lopez keep claiming I'm an email world champion, right?" So he played a video of Carl Moretti, who's a top-ranked promoter, and he stated, like the Carl, he said that it was Top Rank and Lomachenko who requested the French fries title, and they actually proud of that. You know what I mean? So my question is, will Max Kellerman, next time he talks about Lomachenko, will he tell Lomachenko, hey, you being a businessman? Like he always speaks about Floyd? H Money, grab the mic.
For sure, man. It's unfortunate, my brother, when you have the so-called best fighter in the world, pound for pound, ducking Devin Haney, man. Devin Haney did what he was supposed to do as a fighter. He took those title eliminator fights, and he won each fight decisively. Devin Haney hasn't been in a close fight yet in boxing. He has the skills to pay the bills. He has all the great ability. You're talking about talent, great ring IQ, great footwork, a great jab. He is the total package. That's why he's compared to a young Floyd Mayweather. Lomachenko, he's a good fighter. I don't want to take nothing away from him, but this is bad, man. This is really bad on the legacy of Lomachenko. That he avoided Devin Haney, only 21 years old. Why is he avoiding this fight? For me personally, like you said about a week ago, Devin Haney is long. He's taller than Lomachenko. I think he has better footwork. I think he's a better complete boxer than Lomachenko. I think he outboxes him, and he will dominate the fight. If Devin Haney was an easy fight, Lomachenko would have fought him already. You know what I mean? He would have got him out the way, brother. Right. That's how I feel.
And that's true. Like I said, when it was Miriaga, a guy who was coming off a loss and or a draw, and he had to move up in weight, he never said, who's this guy? What he have done to get a shot with me? But as soon as it was Devin Haney, now he want to question the mandatory, and he claimed that what did Devin Haney do to deserve a fight with me? But what did your last opponent do when you fought your mandatory? Not a damn thing. What did Luke Campbell do to earn a title shot with you besides lose to Linares, another title shot that he already had? So, like I said, he always been avoiding Devin Haney from day one, and it's just a horrible look. It's a bad look when a guy that's supposedly pound for pound avoids a fighter who's 21 years old, and you gave him the strap, you gave him your pride, and you requested a French fries belt, and you have to pay more sectioning fees for that belt, and it's not even a belt. And like I said, then you lie on camera claiming that you didn't request the belt. It was out of your choice. Like, bruh, stop capping, because we can see right through the lies. And the WBC the WBC president Suleiman exposed Lomachenko for that. He said, you did request that. I didn't request it. They did. I just did what I was told. He elected to give Devin Haney the belt. So, like I said, we just want Lomachenko to grow the cojones and fight a youngin in the game. Because when Floyd Mayweather, they told him fight Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo just beat Austin Trout. He was the unified champion. Floyd Mayweather fought him. You know what I mean? Now, Devin Haney comes up And then Lomachenko wants to be a no-show. And I just want to bring that up to clarify, because a lot of people keep saying, oh, Devin Haney is not a real champion. Devin Haney is this. Devin Haney's that. Well, if he's so sweet, why don't y'all go grab the free strap? Is what we want to know. What Akhi want to know. What H Money want to know. So, you know, you can follow up to that. H Money if you want to. Real quick.
For sure, brother. This how I feel about this situation. They want to make discouraging comments towards Devin Haney. They want to belittle him. But last time I remember, when Lennox Lewis became a WBC heavyweight champion the first time, he didn't beat anybody to become the champion. You know, he fought Razor Ruddock. And then they gave him a belt without fighting anybody. So in the history of boxing, we've seen this happen before. The hate for Devin Haney is amazing, man. It's unreal. Like you said, these people hate him, because he's coming after Lomachenko, their prized possession. He wants it so bad. He wants to fight the best. If any other fighter... My bad. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Right. No, I'm saying I'm co-sign everything you had to say, because, see, this is the crazy part. They should be praising Devin Haney. They should be saying, wow, you over here challenging Lomachenko at a young age? Man, I give you all the respect in the world. I don't even got to like you, but I respect you for that, right? That's how they should approach the situation, but they hate him because he's a big threat to their favorite fighters, Lomachenko. So what I'm pretty much saying is, like you pointed out, who Muhammad Ali beat before he beat Sonny Liston? He beat whoever was in line for that title shot, right? And then he fought Sonny Liston. They told him, you crazy. Sonny Liston gonna smoke you, this and that. He said, if you want to lose your money, bet on Sonny. And then he sparked Sonny. He stopped him. Not just once, he beat him twice. And the second time, he knocked him out so fast that people claimed that it was a phantom punch. So what I'm saying is, let Devin Haney become a great. His nickname is The Dream. So let him fight his dream fight, which is with Lomachenko, and let him prove himself. So, like I said, if he's sweet, man, they would have been for him. But I'm just interested to hear what Max Kellerman got to say now, because Max, every time he speaks on Floyd Mayweather, he want to talk about Floyd Mayweather being a businessman. Mayweather this, Mayweather that. But when it's Tyson Fury, when it's Lomachenko, guys who actually cherry-picked from time to time, and Lomachenko is cherry-picking every time now. From avoiding Salido to a Manny Pacquiao fight, and now Devin Haney. So you avoided a grandpa, which is Manny Pacquiao. You avoided a grandpa that beat you, which was Salido. And now you avoided a youngin in the game that's green. You know what I mean? I thought you were supposed to get that money and get that paper and fight him if he's green and get that money making it, right? But like we already know what time it is. What's understood don't got to be explained. But yeah, you could go ahead and grab the mic, H Money.
Yeah, this how I feel, brother. Like, Lomachenko, he calls out Tank Davis, who Tank Davis was at 130. He's been calling out Tank Davis for years. But my question to Lomachenko and his team is, who did Tank Davis beat? You guys are saying, okay, Team Loma is saying Devin Haney. Who is Devin Haney? Devin Haney, what has he done? That's the approach that they took, But when it came to Gervonta Davis, they calling him out. They want to make that fight for a very long time. Why don't they keep that same energy with Devin Haney, who is your mandatory?
Right.
Yeah, you're mandatory, the number one contender, the man you gave up your belt for. You gave up the WBC world title and requested a French fries title to avoid this kid. Why don't you keep the same energy with him? Because they know he's the goods. They know he got the talent. They know he's following the footsteps of the great Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Muhammad Ali is...
Yeah,
my bad. Go ahead, bro.
You keep that thought. I want to hear what you got to say on that. But see, that's the thing. Like they say, Devin Haney, he green, he this and that, and they bullying Gervonta Tank Davis in the social media. He was bullying Gervonta for years, claiming that Gervonta is the champion on Twitter, not in real life, this and that. And then as soon as Devin Haney started calling him out, Lomachenko started being a no-show, and now he turned from a fight man to a businessman. He said Floyd Mayweather. See, these guys are businessmen. He was talking about Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta. And what are you, Lomachenko? A fight man? Because as soon as somebody who really wanted to smoke, like you said, Devin Haney, the Dream, who want to be as great as Floyd, he on his Pretty Boy Floyd stage where he's calling out everybody. You over here avoiding him as well. So, like I said, keep the energy, don't flip. But yeah, what you got to say on what you Devin Haney wanting to be a great and all of that?
Yeah, man, he's following the footsteps of great fighters of the past, such as Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali at 21 years old when he beat Sonny Liston, knocked him out. You know, Ali was only 21 when he took the fight. So when you talk about the WBC, Jose Suleiman, you know, is Mauricio Suleiman's the son, right? Mauricio?
Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman, yeah.
He's okay. Mauricio Suleiman is the son. Mauricio Suleiman, when he was asked about Devin Haney fighting Lomachenko, the man, you know, he just, you know, he lost his mind. You know, he didn't know what to say, my brother. He was like, yo, Devin Haney's a young, good fighter, but, you know, we want him to take his time. Yo, I never heard the WBC come out and say something like that. These guys are out here. Yeah, brother, I couldn't believe what I heard.
Hold on, repeat that one time, H-Money. Repeat that shit. Hold on, repeat that one time.
Mauricio Suleiman, when he was asked about Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, the man completely lost his mind. He didn't know what to say. He said, Devin Haney is a young fighter. We want him to take his time. What you mean take his time? Ali at 21 fought Sonny Liston. Come on.
Excuses, excuses. That's what I'm saying. Excuses. Like, how you going to speak for Devin Haney? Devin Haney want the smoke. He want greatness. How you going to tell me, oh, we want him to take his time? Nah, y'all want Lomachenko to duck him. And y'all gave him a way out. Just like y'all gave Canelo a way out to avoid Charlo and Andre. But more so Charlo because y'all gave him the WBC strap. The French fries strap. And y'all gave Charlo the same original strap y'all gave Devin Haney. So all I'm saying is this. You talking for Devin Haney, but Devin Haney is singing a different tone. Devin Haney said he want Lomachenko. You can't, it's one thing if Devin Haney said, yeah, I'm not ready. I want 5 fights before I fight a Lomachenko, or at least Devin Haney team or his father. Somebody made that comment and then Suleiman said, you know what, you're right. You know, we want him to take his time, right? That will make sense. But like you said, he over here losing his mind, looking for excuses. And it's like, I just lost brain cells listening to that, because how you going to tell me Devin Haney he need to take his time when he the one who's calling out Lomachenko? It's one thing if Devin Haney doesn't want to smoke, but it's another when he actually wants to smoke. So you don't speak for him. Speak for Lomachenko, because that's the guy who avoided a fight and requested a French fries title that's not a belt nor a championship. And Lomachenko claims he wants to be undisputed. But how you going to be undisputed when you gave a youngin your strap? So you can't even be undisputed till you see Devin Haney. You're not the real champion because you gave Devin Haney your strap. And see, this was all planned out. Do you know, H-Money, that they were actually Devin Haney and Lomachenko was supposed to fight for the WBC strap, or Devin Haney and Luke Campbell. It was either or. However, some way somehow they played Devin Haney and they got him out the ranking, and they got Luke Campbell, who just lost to Linares, fighting a champion, a 2-time world champion, Lomachenko. Why is Lomachenko fighting for a belt that's vacant when he's two-time world champion? Why is the 2-time world champion fighting for a vacant belt? And what makes matter worse, the WBC has a rule. If you fight for a vacant strap, you're supposed to defend your titles against two mandatories, because you want a vacant strap. Because Lomachenko got the hope list and the hope insurance that erase losses and even erase you cheating in the past, right? Lomachenko, instead of fighting his mandatory, they gave him a free strap to avoid a Devin Haney fight, to avoid his mandatory. Where did that happen? Only when you're a fighter on the hope list. That's the only time that happens. So like I said, I don't even know if you're informed on that, H-Money, but like I said, they've been screwing the system when it comes to Lomachenko for the long run.
Yeah, you're right about that, brother. Like, speaking of Max Kellerman, he would never mention Devin Haney's name. Those guys on ESPN, they refuse to mention the man's name. Devin Haney, like you said, he's been calling out Lomachenko for over a year now. It's been over a year. He did everything he was supposed to do. like you said, Devin Haney, you know, he was in line to fight Lomachenko, you know, and they gave Lomachenko the Luke Campbell fight. They made the fight between Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell for the WBC. Devin Haney wanted that fight. You know what I mean? This guy has to be praised for wanting to fight the best. You don't see no other fighters calling out the top guys, such as Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Davis, Mikey Garcia, Adrian Broner. Devin Haney's chasing greatness. He should be praised for this. You know, he should be praised, bro.
And this is, you know what I mean? That's what it really comes down to, though. This is what really what it comes down to. See, if you're a fighter on the coincidental list, you could do everything that you're supposed to do. You could do everything right, from calling out the best, from fighting the best, from wanting to fight the best, and doing everything in your power to do so. They still gonna criticize you because you damn if you do, damn if you don't. They want to see you lose. They want to see you humble. I mean, Devin Haney came out saying that, you know, I will never lose to a white boy, and the best white fighters that we ever seen in history don't want to fight him. It's embarrassing. At 21 years old, is shaking up the boxing world. And like, it's kind of remind me of the Charlo situation, because, you know, the twin Charlos, they claim they hate the twin Charlos because they outspoken. They always talking their ish, this and that. Like Jamel Charlo, for example, at 154. But you could talk your ish if you're gonna back it up. You could talk the talk if you're gonna walk the walk. But it's one thing to talk the talk and not walk the walk. But the reason why they hate Charlos is because they fighters from the coincidental list. They don't hate them because they talk trash. Because if they hate them, they're going to hate Duran just as much as they hate Charlos, or even more. Because Duran, remember, when he fought Sugar Ray Leonard, he disrespected his wife. He took it there. He took it the disrespectful route. But they love Duran, though. They claim, oh, he's a legend. You know, he brought entertainment to the sport. You know what I mean? So like I said, you know, they talk a whole lot of that, but we all know where this is coming from. They hate these fighters from the coincidental list, and they just want to see them humble and lose. That's what it all comes down to, brother.
Yeah, for sure, brother. This is what I would like to say. I feel like Devin Haney has exposed Lomachenko. Lomachenko has been exposed by Devin Haney. You know, people were saying Loma is so good. Loma is this. He's the best fighter in the world. But you got a 21-year-old out here calling you out, and he's ducking the fight, requesting French prize titles. You know, this is embarrassing for Lomachenko. His legacy has been tarnished until he fights Devin Haney. He will never be an all-time great until he fights Devin Haney. And that's what I have to say about that. And my brother, another thing is this, Devin Haney's a hell of a fighter, man. You know, he said no white boy can beat him. You just said that. No white boy can beat him. If Lomachenko is the number one fighter in the world, according to ESPN, if he's the best white fighter in the world, and he's avoiding Devin Haney, he's the best white fighter in the world. He's the best, right? But he's ducking Devin Haney. So what white fighter can beat him if the best one is ducking him? There's no white fighter can beat him, and I said it. That's what I said.
Like I said,
because the top guy is ducking.
And that's what I'm pretty much been saying. And you know, I didn't take it, you know, racist what Devin said. It was disrespectful. But like I said, humble the kid, right? Humble him. Y'all got the best white hope that ever existed, and he's avoiding him. So how y'all gonna? He of course he's supposed to brag. He can't be humbled if the best white fighter in history, the best white hope, is avoiding him. It's a bad look. Like I said, in the United States, we've been kicking ass for years. We've been kicking Europeans. We've been kicking all type of ass, especially all the fighters on the coincidental list. And now they want to claim a fighter from the Europeans, from Ukraine, a fighter from the hope list got a chance to be, or be the best. But he avoiding a 21-year-old though. But he claiming Floyd Mayweather is his dream fight. We don't believe you. You need more people, because you ducking Manny Pacquiao, who's 40 years old. You ducking Salido, who beat you. And now you ducking Devin Haney, who's also green and young in the game. Man, like I said, it don't get worse than that. But like I always say, man, H Money, man, it ain't entertaining till H Money pull up, man. You always flaming them up. So like I said, man, follow my Akhi H Money. And, take us out.
For sure, man. All I'm saying is this, my brother. I appreciate the show. And, Lomachenko, if he's such a great fighter, Why don't he fight Devin Haney? You know, Devin Haney said no white boy can beat him, referring to Lomachenko, the best fighter in the world, right? The best. You know, so it's the best white fighter. Lomachenko cannot beat Devin Haney. Which white fighter can beat him? That's all I have to say about that, brother.
Before you go, let me say this one last thing, because you pointed it out. I forgot to say it earlier. You said Muhammad Ali won a title at an early age. Floyd Mayweather won a title at an early age. Mike Tyson won a title at an early age. And Prince Naseem Hamed also won a title at an early age at 20 or 21 and became unified at 22. So what are these decafs on old media talking about? Devin Haney too young. He ain't too young for greatness. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's multiple great fighters in history that won titles at a young age and became great in the sport. So like I said, that show how talented you are, and the fact that you want to challenge the best, you got nothing but respect from my book. So with that being said, H Money, always great talking to you, man.
For sure, Akhi. Look, like you said, Lomachenko said Lomachenko said Floyd Mayweather was his dream fight. Why don't you fight the next Floyd Mayweather, Devin Haney, and stop ducking? Grow some cojones, like Akhi TV said, man.
Right.
Grow some cojones. Akhi TV is a pleasure to call in the show. My brother, I hope you create a Patreon so I can support you on Patreon, and the rest of the brothers can do it, man. You're doing a hell of a job, Akhi. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate it, Akhi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. That's H Money, this zone. Like I said, we want all the smoke. Just like Devin Haney, Akhi want all the smoke on split decision. So
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
got another caller. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Brother Colt William.
Colt William?
Yeah, Colt William.
Yeah, talk
Brother
to me.
Colt William.
Yeah,
How you doing?
All right, how you doing? What you want to talk about?
Well, I just want to say that there's no salvation outside the Catholic Church.
There's no what?
I want to say there's no salvation outside the Catholic Church.
Okay, emphasize.
I'm sorry?
You emphasize.
Well, I'm just telling you what it is. It's a dogma. I see you're apparently a Muslim.
Okay.
So that's why I'm calling, because I know you got your viewers on there, and I want them to know.
Know what?
That they need to become traditional Catholics.
Okay, well, this is a boxing debate / talk show, not a religion show. But, I mean, you can read the Quran, my brother. And one thing for sure, there's 13 miracles. And you could Google this, since everybody believe in Google. 13 miracles that states in the Quran. And the Quran been around for 400 years. And like I said, these 13 miracles got proven statistically by NASA and all the above. So, obviously, the Quran is sent from Allah. You know, the greatest, the true God of them all. Like I said, there's only one God, Allah. So, you know, this ain't a debate about religion, though. Like I said, you got it confused, Akhi. This is a debate about boxing. But I could get to religion. I got another channel coming on that. It's actually called Akhi. So subscribe to that if you want to debate about that. But, well, you know, you got your belief. Everybody entitled to their own opinion. If you want to believe, if you want to be Christian, that's up to you. If you want to be Catholic, that's up to you. But I'm a Muslim, and not everybody that's subscribed to Akhi TV is obviously a Muslim. But at the end of the day, or at least the night, in my heart, I know 1000% that Islam is the right religion, because it's proven so. Like I said, check out the video, Akhi, that says the 13 miracles from Quran, and it will show you a small verse, just to give you a little taste of it. It says in Arabic, but I'm going to give it to you in English because you obviously don't speak Arabic. It says in the verse that God created everything in pairs. And you know that might fly over a lot of people's heads, but what that little verse means, that means female and male. That means all the animals. That's females and male parts. The positive and the negative. When it comes to electrons, when it comes to electricity, when it comes to viruses, the computer, there's a virus and antivirus. In real life, Rona is a perfect example. Corona and the vaccine. There's a virus and the antivirus. When it comes to even trees, why do you think pollen comes around during April? Like I said, this little verse right here, and it's just a little verse. So imagine the whole Quran and the miracles that come from it. And this is proven statistically by NASA. So like I said, I'm not over here, to debate about my religion, and I could prove my religion right any day of the time. I mean, any day of the week. But still, this is a debate about boxing. So if you want to debate boxing, we could talk about it.
No. You just need to look up Fatima.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll do that. But I gotta let you go. All right. Peace. Yo, they don't want to smoke. They over here talking about religion. But still, I could prove you wrong in that too. Like I said, everybody got their own opinion. You could believe whatever you want to believe. At the end of the day, it's between you and Allah. But like Naseem Hamed said,
I'm looking good. I bear witness that only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger.
So, you entitled to your own opinion. Let's research, let's Google the Quran 13 miracle. Quran is our holy book. And there's 13 from that. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from?
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to call in. Yeah, I just want to call in.
Yeah, how you doing, Akhi?
I'm all right. You doing all right?
Yeah, hanging in there.
I just wanted to comment on Devin Haney.
Yes, sir.
And his statement regarding not losing to any white fighters. I don't think that's wrong.
Yeah, you kind of breaking a little bit, Akhi. Can you make sure your volume is good? Hello?
Hold on. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good now. What's going on? Talk to me.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying. I don't think Haney was wrong for saying what he said.
Who?
About not being beat. Devin Haney.
Yeah.
I think he was fine
with
saying that he was not going to lose to any white fighters.
Okay.
Black fighters, they don't just fight in the ring. They have to fight the system. Boxing is dirty. It's very political. It's got roots in racism, like everything else in America. And, the fighters are not being treated fairly anyway. And so when young guys like Devin Haney are trying to get what they're trying to get and be where they need to be, and they have people like Lomachenko and the rest blocking them from what they need, if he wants to step up and say something like that, it's fine, because nobody reprimanded Larry Merchant when Larry Merchant talked about the last black hope, and Larry Merchant is as racist as they come. Nobody ever says anything to reprimand Larry Merchant. And he's one of the biggest racists there is. And you could just go down the line. Almost all those commentators, they are always against the black fighters. Black fighters can't do anything right. The whole time they're in the ring, it's always something. When Mayweather was in, it was rarely anything good said about Mayweather. I mean, you could just go down the line. But the deal is, you got guys like Lomachenko to come along, and if anything, you're dealing with a great white hope. Okay? They got to have somebody come in and try to knock our guys down. Because the truth of the matter is, black dudes, they just rule in sports as it goes. Our guys get in and they do damage, period. I mean, when you got guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, obviously Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones, you start naming these guys, and then you got Lomachenko come along and they're talking about his great footwork, and he was you hear about it. This guy was a dancer. Look at his footwork. Well, his footwork got him knocked down in that the fight against who was it? Linares. Yeah, he gets knocked down. And he's lucky that Linares didn't really get to turn that punch over the way he wanted to. If he could have stepped with it a little bit more, he would have knocked him flat out. But, nothing personal against Lomachenko. But at the same time, these guys get gifted. They get protected. You got these guys being compared. Not even compared. You have these guys being put on a pedestal above all these black champions that have come along and proven themselves over and over and over again. And you got these, like I said, you got guys like Pernell Whitaker, and the like, who just worked magic in the ring, and in my opinion, should have been undefeated when he left the game. Because if you look at fights closely, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you got these guys that are doing what they do and did it the way they did it against all odds. And then you got these other guys coming in like Lomachenko, and all they do is boast about his amateur record. And he loses. Well, he lost the second fight, didn't he? Was it the second fight he lost?
Man, he lost his second
fight. He lost his second fight.
Hey, peep this.
Okay.
He lost the second fight, right? But then he fought the third fight for a title fight for the same strap that he lost, which is the WBO strap, even though the WBO got a rule that if you lose your last fight, you can't fight for the strap. So,
okay, you see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. They always break the rules, and that's something you said earlier. There's double standards in the sport. Like fighters on the coincidental list, they gotta beat double standards. They don't gotta just beat their opponent. They gotta beat double standards. They gotta beat the referee. That's why it's impressive for Floyd Mayweather to go 50-0 because they try to rob him against Oscar De La Hoya. They try to rob him against Canelo Alvarez, and even though he dominated the fight, like I said, and then you got a guy like Lomachenko get his ass kicked the whole night against Salido, but then all of a sudden it's a split decision for Salido. They were trying to rob him. They were trying to rob Salido, and then he didn't even want to rematch Salido. But like you said, fighters from the coincidentalists, they got to do twice as much just to be just as good or even below.
Right, exactly. And peep this. You're talking about, we talk about Lomachenko and how the fight went down with Salido or whatever. Okay, so peep this. What all the white boys start yelling, the Mexicans? Well, Salido cheated. Oh, he cheated the whole fight. Cheat, fought dirty, right?
Right.
Okay. He was fighting dirty. He was fighting a little rough. He was doing a little dirty, dirty boxing.
Tactics.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, okay. All right. So, Tyson Fury, he fights and he obviously cheats. He obviously he's got a reputation. It was obvious what he did in those fights against Wilder. But when somebody says he cheated, and it's obvious, anybody that hasn't seen that, and I know you've been in the ring, I've done a little professional fighting, anybody that sees that knows that man cheated. Big time. I gave that punk props. I gave Fury props at first because I watched that fight on a small screen. I watched his training. I saw what he was doing in training, and I was like, dang, he's going to be a little dangerous because I'm a personal trainer too, but I was like, he's doing all the things that I would be having Wilder do to get prepped for this fight, right? But then I saw the fight up close and saw what that punk did, right? And no more props. You're a bum. You're a cheater. So, but they won't say that. When you say, oh, he cheated, they want to act like, oh, y'all sore losers. But when Lomachenko lost to Salido, what they say, oh, he's a cheat.
Right.
When Floyd Mayweather fought, he fought him twice. What was your boy? He fought him twice.
Castillo.
No. The other cat. Maidana.
Yeah,
okay, Maidana. That first fight with Maidana was one of the dirtiest fights I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
He elbowed, he headbutted, he did everything. He tried to put him in an armbar. He did everything. Referee said nothing.
UFC. It was a UFC.
Right. Referee said nothing. And Floyd fought him toe to toe. Didn't nobody say nothing about the fight. Nothing. Okay? So it's like, I believe these refs are getting paid. Some of these guys are getting paid to just watch our boys get these beatdowns. It's like, to me, they just threw Floyd in the ring and said, you know what, we're going to let Maidana fight as dirty as he wants to fight. Y'all better not say nothing. And hoping Floyd was going to lose, but Floyd's too tough. So our guys always got to be like 10 times tougher. Wilder got in that ring with Fury, and Fury's gloves were probably loaded. Forget the fist being inside the wrist. They were probably loaded.
Right.
And I'm shocked that Wilder even made it into the 7th round.
Right,
I mean,
right. And
to be perfectly honest.
I mean, like I said again and again, I proved it. And if you watch episode, I'm just like you. If you watch episode 23 and 24, I gave Fury all the props in the world until I found out he cheated. Then you already know how I went on him. I mean, I exposed him.
You were one of the only ones. You were on.
Right, I exposed him for being the cheater he is, right? And then they want to claim, "Oh, you a sore loser. Oh, yeah, black people can't take an L." I'm like, I'm not even black, and I can see this. So, like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't got to be black to point out somebody cheated. This has got to be a fair fight. It's a fight between two different fighters, and it got to be an even playing field. You're not playing soccer.
Exactly.
You
but
fighting
they're not trying to hear that.
Yeah, and this is not about Deontay Wilder cheating. This is more so about Tyson Fury. This is not about Deontay Wilder losing. This is about Tyson Fury cheating. You know what I'm saying? So they want to make it seem like, oh, y'all sore losers, y'all this, y'all that.
Right.
Ignore the fact that their man cheated. And man, I got UK callers, like I said in the past, who actually called in, and they want to claim that they want to claim, hey, Akhi, you don't give our guys a fair shot, this and that, right? And then when I debate with them for 20 minutes, they say, oh, it don't matter if Tyson Fury cheated. Like, it don't matter if he...
Right, it don't matter, exactly.
He's 100 times better than him. But if you're 100 times better than him, why you got to cheat?
You ain't got no need to cheat, right?
You don't need him to cheat in order to get ahead.
And I'm the brother that wrote something in. I don't know if you got the comment or not. That was trying to get people to look at Peace Mowry, that cat named Peace Mowry, who put those clips together about the cheating. Yeah. I'm the brother that threw that stuff out there. But
for real, that's you. Shout out to you, Akhi.
Yeah. And I was also the one that threw out the information when I said, look at that first fight and look at what his corner, Tyson Fury's corner, is telling him. You're going to beat him with your left hand only.
Right.
Remember? I'm the one that brought that crap out after I started looking into it.
Yeah,
so they had this whole thing planned out.
And me and you on the same page. I dropped videos on all of them. I think it's called
I know you did. I know you did.
What I'm saying? And I exposed these decafs. And on my last show, I was calling out all these decafs to call in and prove me wrong. They got a chance to...
They can't, man. They don't want to.
As soon as the live is over, they in the comment section talking ish. But when I was on the live for a whole hour challenging these decafs, nobody had the cojones to debate. Forget to fight. They didn't even have the cojones to debate.
bro, what it is, bro? They think that with them being silent, they think that the station's gonna die. Wrong. Look, you got brothers like me who gonna like respect the station and dial in and hone in on this station for one reason and one reason only. All right, but y'all talk and y'all keep it real, and y'all don't be dogging the black fighters. Y'all bring stuff out. It's new black media all over again, and people like myself, we gonna support it regardless. Now I agree with most of what you say anyway. In terms of some of these fights and stuff, we're on the same page with most of the stuff you talk about. But just the fact that it's new black media, and we ain't got to take it from people like Larry Merchant or Max Kellerman's perspective, who are all... Larry Merchant's not even a closet racist, but Max Kellerman is a closet racist, man. Trust me. Man, he ain't about that. Now, I had a little bit of respect for Kellerman before, but I saw his true colors, man. I'm not even going to get into that one because the bottom line is, ain't nobody for us. That's how you can have guys like Tyson Fury get in that ring and do what he did, and basically, you know, they wanted him to kill him, really, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, they're trying to get that man to die.
Like I said, this is a sport where you could kill your opponent in the ring. They got mad at Deontay Wilder for wanting to catch a body or making that type of a comment, but he doing it on an even playing field. He ain't tampering with his glove and none of that. But when it comes to Fury, man, he could do whatever it takes. He could beat Deontay Wilder with a bat. If that's what he has to do to get the win, it is what it is, according to old media and all these decafs. So like I said, they just want to even out the playing field. And when I say even out the playing field, they want as many fighters from the hope list on top of the game, just as much of the coincidentalist fighters. So with that being said, I'm getting a lot of callers. Akhi, great talking to you. You need to call again, man. Like I said, hey Akhi, that's your first time calling in, but you should have been calling in. Like I said, especially you being the one that provided the footage. So I said, appreciate you all day.
The footage, I just dropped the names, bro. But I'm in agreement, man. Look, love the station. Hope it keeps going, man. Peace.
100. Peace. So I'm gonna go ahead. Before I pick up some calls, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some of the topics out of the way. So, like I said, Deontay Wilder came out saying, "Hey, listen, you could pay me my whole purse. I won't pull out of the fight." He want his shot at greatness again on an even playing field. Y'all ain't gonna play him like a fool. So, you know, he wants the shot. He don't want to take no step aside money. So whoever came out with that news is obviously capping. They want to put bad light on Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder from day one. This is the crazy part. If you fight the best, eventually you're gonna lose. Nobody is Floyd. Nobody's undefeated, right? But when Deontay Wilder fought Ortiz for the second time when he didn't have to, and for the first time when he didn't have to, he cleaned up AJ mess, and then fought Fury again, right? He didn't fight him once, he fought him twice. Now they want to call Deontay Wilder a bum. It's like, are you serious? Man, this man done fought the best time and time again, risking it every single time. If you fight the best, eventually you're going to lose. This is not about losing. This is about fighting the best. That's what the hardcore boxing fans claim they love about fighters on the hope list, even though they do exactly the opposite. And the fighters from the coincidental list that do exactly that, which is Deontay Wilder, for example, that all of a sudden, all of a sudden, they want to play Stevie Wonder. They act like Deontay Wilder didn't fight Tyson twice. They act like Deontay Wilder didn't just fight Ortiz twice. And he fought Tyson Fury like my man pointed out earlier while he was cheating. And they won't say a damn thing about that. So, like I said, you know, they could hope on Deontay Wilder's downfall, but the trilogy match is going to say it all. So, on to the next round. I'm going to call all my Akhis that's been calling me back. Like I said, you know, they are reaching out too late, but I'm going to get as many calls as I can, but I got to get this topic out of the way. So Prince Naseem Hamed, the fighter that got me into the sport of boxing, came out saying that Joshua is an easier fight for Tyson Fury than Deontay Wilder. Prince Naseem Hamed saying that I am looking forward to Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, but I do believe that Tyson Fury is too slick for AJ, and he gonna beat him worse than he did Wilder. Obviously, y'all gotta remember that Tyson Fury named his son the Prince, so Prince Naseem Hamed got a little bias toward Tyson, and with the way the fashion that Tyson Fury won in, obviously Prince is gonna favor him against AJ. But in my humble opinion, in the heavyweight division, it's like that triangle theory. Just like back in the day, Frazier, Ali, George Foreman. That's how I feel about the heavyweight division today. I feel like I always said, even on an even playing field, Tyson Fury will give Deontay Wilder his toughest fight because of his defense. And to beat Deontay Wilder, you got to stay out of his power, or you got to knock him out before he knocks you out. And that's how Tyson Fury came with the glove gate in the second fight. But when it comes to AJ do have skills. AJ does have power. And Tyson Fury, the fighters he struggled with the most are fighters with skill. And AJ against Ruiz in the rematch, he showed me a lot. He showed me that he has a lot of skill. And yes, Tyson Fury beat Klitschko before AJ did. But in my humble opinion, AJ, when he fought Klitschko, he went in there to knock him out because obviously Klitschko was coming off a 1.5 year layoff, and he was coming off a loss as well. So AJ went in there to fight and knock him out, and almost got knocked out doing it. The quickest way to get knocked out in the sport of boxing is to try and knock your opponent out. And when AJ got woken up and survived because Klitschko was afraid to gas himself out, he caught his second win and knocked out Klitschko. So my point is, if AJ comes correct and he actually chooses to box and he chooses to play smart first, I'm intrigued to see how Tyson Fury is going to look against another. See, you could look slick and look like you have a lot of boxing skills against a fighter that don't have a lot of boxing skills but has a lot of power. However, when you fight another guy that has skill, that's when we could see how skilled are you. You know what I'm saying? Like, skill recognize skill. And when you fight a fighter with skill, that's when we figure out how skilled are you. So we'll see if they ever do clash, but Wilder is in the way. So like Prince Naseem Hamed, that's a more dangerous fight for AJ, for Fury than AJ at this point. Like I said, they both dangerous in my opinion, because Wilder got the KO punch that you can't sleep on. He could put your lights out with one punch. AJ, on the other hand, he has power and skill. So the only thing about AJ is his chin, but Fury ain't the biggest puncher in the world. You know what I mean? So we'll see if what Prince Naseem Hamed said is true or accurate. Only time will tell. But we got to see the Trilogy fight first. So before I get a chance to call my Akhi's back, I just want to point out what Josh Washington had to say. He said he wants Shakur sooner than later. He stated, Shakur hasn't been in deep waters situations. He talks confidently about coming over to the UK and fighting me in my own backyard. But he hasn't been in those kind of situations. I don't worry about Shakur getting better and better. Some people peak early. He a big featherweight. I want to fight him sooner than later. Not because I'm worried about him improving, but he mentioned he want to move up in weight, in division. That's cap, because obviously he would have had told Eddie Hearn do whatever it takes to get him over here, not send him a low ball offer. So I could say, hey, we send him a low ball offer. You know, I did want to fight, completely capped, because Shakur is the future pound for pound #1. And like I said, I got problems with the UK fighters that want to stay overseas and not come to the US to fight the best, like AJ did, for example, not wanting to come and fight Wilder for $50 million, or Kalasgi not fighting Roy Jones or Hopkins till they became like 100 years old each, or Frampton avoiding Rigondeaux. And like I said, I got a problem with that. Only Prince Naseem Hamed had the cojones to come over here to the US and fight Kevin Kelly and many more. And fight Boom Boom Johnson at 22 years old. The rest, I mean, it's all she wrote. So with that being said, when it comes to Josh Warrington, I promise you that Josh Warrington will be remembered more and have a bigger legacy if he actually fights Shakur and gets knocked out and gets spanked by Shakur and be part of Shakur legacy and be just the stepping stone for Shakur greatness, then fighting and avoiding Shakur and fighting all these other fighters in the UK that nobody really care about, who's unknown, just to say, hey, I'm a world champion. I promise you, people will respect you and you will have a bigger legacy and you will be remembered for getting your ass kicked by Shakur Stevenson more so than staying in the UK, not fighting a damn fighter, only ducking the best. People don't respect that. In the sport of boxing, you gotta have cojones, you gotta have dreams to fight and beat the best. And if you could give Shakur, the future pound for pound #1, a hell of a fight, then you made it. You're officially a star in the UK. You know what I mean? So like I said, do you want to be remembered for fighting Shakur and getting your ass kicked, or just avoiding Shakur, period? Like I said, talk is cheap. Frampton said the same thing about Rigondeaux for years, that he would love to fight Rigondeaux, this and that, and he avoided him till this day. To this day. That's what they love to do. Till this day, they don't want none of the smoke. Like I told y'all, Shakur the future pound for pound. So give it to him. You know, so if you sincere about wanting to fight, tell Eddie Hearn to offer Shakur the right amount of money, instead of chump change that he could have fought Mariaga and made more so. You know, so with that being said, let me get to some of the callers. Hopefully they pick up. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Like I said, today I don't have the best setup in the world, and I ran into technical difficulties.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, Akhi? Who this is and what you want to talk about?
So this is Boxer calling from Cali.
I got you. Say it again. This is who?
Boxer.
Boxer. I got you. Let's get straight to it. What you want to talk about?
All right, so I see some fools in the comments always bringing up Canelo's name.
All right.
They're always hating on Canelo.
Telling the truth,
right?
You mean. You just, your feelings be getting hurt when you hear the truth. You know what I mean? You mean telling the truth, but you could keep going. What do I be hating on?
You can say it's the truth. You know, I can respect it. It is what it is. We all have our own opinions. I just want to say, you know, Canelo Alvarez right now, he's at the age, 29 years of age, already surpassed Mayweather's career. Like,
that's the funniest thing I ever heard all year. So how he surpassed him and when Mayweather spanked him every single round?
I mean, come on, I was what, 2013? You know, Canelo.
And how old was Canelo? You know, how old was Canelo?
22.
23. He fought Mayweather. He was 23.
He fought Mayweather when he was 23. He fought Mayweather when he was a little young buck.
Young buck. Hold on. So pause, because you see, like I said, you said that's your opinion earlier, but see, facts trump opinions. 23. You know what Mayweather looked like when he was 23? He beat Corrales. That was the best version of Floyd. Now, if the roles are reversed, if the roles are reversed, and Mayweather was 23, and he fought Canelo, and Canelo was 36, right? And Floyd Mayweather had to fight at his own natural division, and Canelo had to move up 5 divisions in order to fight Mayweather. He was fighting Mayweather at his 5th weight division. I promise you, and I could put my money on it, Mayweather stopped him in less than 6 rounds. So, like I said, you talking and you making excuses. Canelo was he was young. Mayweather was old, if we being truthful. Mayweather was the smaller guy, and Canelo was the bigger guy. He had 20 pounds. He had 20 pounds on Mayweather, and he still got spanked by Mayweather like he stole some every single round, every minute of every single round. But you really believe, how you going to tell me Canelo surpassed Mayweather legacy when Canelo haven't fought the best? He ain't even the best in his division. Even Canelo himself will tell you that Mayweather, I'm learning from Mayweather. Even Canelo trying to be like Mayweather. So how you going to say Mayweather surpassed Canelo surpassed Mayweather, but you got Shannon the Cannon claiming that Mayweather is more Mexican than Canelo?
That's just a saying. All right, bullshit. Look, Mayweather's biggest fight, Oscar De La Hoya, how old was Mayweather?
What?
How old was Mayweather when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, which was Mayweather's biggest fight, biggest payday fight?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The biggest fight was against Manny Pacquiao. He made $300 million in that fight. So check your facts. Like I said, you come in with false information. You said that's his biggest paycheck. No, it's not. That's his biggest fight. No, it's not. He made more money fighting Canelo. He made more money fighting Conor McGregor. He made more money fighting Manny Pacquiao. Peep this. Canelo Alvarez been ducking Charlo. He gave him his strap. He been ducking Andre. Andre called him the B word. He said, you don't got no cojones.
Those fools don't even call Canelo out.
Hold on. Andre told Canelo Alvarez, quit eating that contaminated meat that doesn't allow your cojones to grow and fight me. And he didn't fight him. Canelo fought Lara and lost that fight. He robbed Lara. And like I said, he been avoiding the best for years. And you over here talking about he better than Mayweather, the same guy who he spanked. Like I said, this argument is irrelevant. What's your points to prove that he better than Mayweather? But go ahead. Troll real quick. I just want to hear this biggest troll so I could get a laugh. So my IPs could laugh at this clown right here.
I ain't the only one. He did sign the biggest sports contract in history, right? With his own. At 29 years of age.
Mayweather made it in one fight, bruh. Mayweather last fight in 28 minutes made what Canelo made in 5 years. Mayweather fought in his own. Look, listen. Mayweather fought in Mexican Independence Day, in Mexican holidays, and beat all these Hispanic fighters. But Canelo don't have the cojones to fight a single brother, Charlo or Andrade, and he'd rather avoid him instead. Like I said, he lost respect. He's not even the best. He's not even pound for pound number 1. So if you're not even pound for pound number 1, how are you gonna be better than Floyd? And Floyd Mayweather beat him. Dog, do you know Mayweather beat his ass? Do you know Mayweather beat his ass? Do you know that, right? Do you know Mayweather beat his ass? How much money did you lose? Did you cry that night? Did you cry the night that Mayweather beat Canelo Alvarez?
I got my prediction wrong that night.
Yeah, you cried. Now you cried. To be honest, I know your feelings got hurt, but don't hate. Appreciate.
No, I respect Mayweather.
Mayweather's skill because Canelo want to be like Floyd, but he can't. He's stuck in the mud. He can't move. He don't have the cojones of Floyd to fight the best, and he sure don't make the same amount of money. And Mayweather fought 23 world champions. Just to inform you, that's how silly your comment is. Mayweather fought 23 world champions, and how many champions Canelo fought? How many champions? How many Floyd Mayweather?
He's been fighting champions.
Mayweather been fighting. See, that's how silly your comments is. It's too easy to knock out casual fans. Listen, Floyd Mayweather was a power puncher at 130 and 135 and 140. It wasn't until he moved up to his 4th and 5th weight division. Then, of course, you fighting guys that's 20 pounds bigger than you. You're not gonna be a knockout puncher. When the last time Pacquiao knocked somebody out? Other than Mathise.
Keith Thurman, he dropped Keith Thurman.
He didn't knock him out. You say knockout. You say knockout. Other than Mathise, when the last time Pacquiao knocked somebody out?
He knocked out. He dropped Marquez in their fourth fight.
Marquez and put him to sleep. What the hell are you talking about? Yo, you got to go, man. You got to go, dog. Hey, great talking to you. Okay, again, man. Hey, this guy said Pacquiao, he dropped Marquez. Nah, Marquez put his ass to sleep, dog. Like I said, Mayweather fought 23 world champions. Who the hell Canelo fought? Mayweather fight guys coming off their biggest win, like Ortiz. He beat Berto. He fought him. Mosley knocked out Margarito. Mayweather fought him. Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, he looking to fight Billy Joe Saunders. When Billy Joe Saunders, he fights, he just fought on the YouTube undercard. YouTube undercard fight, and he almost lost that fight, and now Canelo Alvarez is interested. Kovalev is 1 foot out the door. He was 1 punch removed from getting knocked out. Then Canelo Alvarez wants to fight him, and he rather give Charlo the lions only. He want to give the lions only the strap, the WBC strap, and request a French fries title like Lomachenko did. And he called his poppy, the WBC president, Suleiman. He said, "Poppy, can I get a strap? I'm going to give you 10% of my purse so I can avoid this lion. I'd rather fight a wounded animal or a wounded fighter," which was Kovalev. Like I said, his legacy is laughable, to say the least. And you compare it to Mayweather. Like I said, I love these trolls when they call in, though, because it's so easy to knock them out. And I challenge anybody in the comment section to call in that got the cojones. So, just to make sure, I got all the callers that called in, because like I said, I'll be receiving mad calls while I'm talking and while I'm debating. So let me get this caller too. Hopefully he pick up. I see, like I said, these decaps are easy work. I gotta do a little bit better, man. When I could counter you with the right hand, an uppercut, a right hook, a left hook, a jab, and knock you out, it's like it's too easy, man. Make it a little harder, man. Stop trolling. I want an intelligent debate.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing, Akhi? Who this is and where you calling from?
What's up, Akhi? Deontay Mosley, calling from Victorville, California.
Okay. Deontay Mosley, talk to me, Akhi. You got you prefer a topic, or like you want to just?
Yeah, I just want to freestyle a little bit. You know what I mean? Get on my man Devin Haney. You know, I've been following him for a long time. Okay. You know, he was fighting over there in Mexico. You know, there's a lot of hate on him under his name. You know, he's a real good fighter. Young dude, a lot of dudes ducking him. And, you know, just the comment really that he made, we say, you know, no white boy could beat him. You know, I respect it. You know what I mean? Honestly, I feel like it's the truth if nobody's going to step to the plate. You know what I mean? Because if it was the vice versa, you know, it'd be a long line waiting for him. You know, for Lomachenko or anybody. You know.
Hey, hold on. Let me emphasize on that. You're right, because like I said, it was disrespectful what he said. But if it was the other way around, because they said, oh, if it was the other way around, people would have said, oh, look at this, look at that, right? But if Ricky Hatton ever said that when he was undefeated, you know how many people would have been lined up? Mayweather would laugh to the bank. You know, after he whoop his ass, right? So like I said, you know,
dudes that couldn't see him, they would have stepped up.
Yeah, right. Like, so I mean, like for the biggest fighter from the hopeless, the best talent that ever existed, according to old media, he avoids Devin Haney. How you think Devin Haney gonna feel? He can be humbled. I feel for Devin Haney, because if I was in his same shoe, I would have said something even more Wilder-ish. Because like I said,
Exactly.
how would you feel if the best fighter in the world that old media claims, he said no to you? Of course he gonna feel that way. So go ahead, like I said, cook on him real quick.
Yeah, man, it's just, you know, and it's just regular, you know what I mean? They gotta understand, you know what I mean? Boxers are people too at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And he young up and coming in the game too, and like I said, they lucky he didn't say nothing worse, you know what I mean? It's much worse that could have been said, but they took that as disrespect. But they, like I said, they only took that as disrespect because he's a threat, you know? If he's one of these no-name dudes, you know what I mean, that wouldn't have got no press, no coverage, you know what I mean? Nobody would even talk about it. But just the simple fact that they know he a threat, it's something that they want to try to throw some smut on his name. But you know what I mean? It ain't even just Lomachenko. It's all these dudes, you know what I mean? Tank Davis. Yeah, I like him. I can't even lie. I like Tank Davis. You know, he a monster too, but you know what I mean? He got Floyd, you know, they all in his ear telling him, you know, take the slow route and everything. 'Cause I know if it was just up to him, he'll take the smoke too. But, you know, he got the TMT banner, you know, behind him, so he got to take his slow, big money for slow money at the same time.
Right.
So, you know, the Ryan Garcia, you know, Teofimo. Yeah, you know, Teofimo, all these other guys, you know what I mean? They all talk, you know what I mean? They don't want no smoke whatsoever. Like you said, if it comes to them, they're going to take him last, you know what I mean? Because they know he's going to go to the top, and they're going to try to go to the top so they can try to meet him. But, you know, they don't want that smoke, but they know they're going to get knocked off the cliff, you know what I mean? So,
right, and then they want to say,
at the end of the day, you know,
and see, that's the thing, they want to say Devin Haney's not popular or this or that, right? But Devin Haney does pads with Mayweather Sr., and he gets 1 million views. Right?
Exactly. Come on now.
Lomachenko gets a big interview on ESPN and he get 100K, 200K views. And it's like, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's understood don't got to be explained. Not everybody has the it factor. See, only few fighters in history got the it factor to be a superstar in the game. For example, I believe a guy like Errol Spence has it. I believe a guy like Devin Haney, Shakur has it. Floyd Mayweather had it in the past. But not every fighter in history had it. Muhammad Ali had it. Mike Tyson had it. Prince Naseem Hamed had it. Only few fighters had the it factor and the appeal to grab attention, right? And what's crazy is people got to realize, you remember Shane Mosley? He beat Oscar De La Hoya before Floyd Mayweather.
Hey, man, my last name Mosley. When I said coming up, I thought he was my cousin for a minute. You know, I ain't going to lie to you. My last name Mosley.
Oh, for real? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. But see, Sugar Shane beat Oscar De La Hoya in his prime, and he moved up two divisions doing it. He didn't become a superstar like Mayweather, but that's because, like I tell people all the time, some people got the air factor, some people don't. So Devin Haney got the air factor.
He was a hell of a boxer, but like you said, he didn't have that air factor. That's clutch right there. That's real tough.
Yeah, and Devin Haney got that air factor. And what's crazy is now they hyping him up even more. See, it's one thing for the old media to try to hype up Lomachenko, but it's another when the fighters are hyping up Devin Haney. Like nobody really wanted to smoke with him, man. The man's calling out everybody. The fighters are hyping up Devin Haney. We ain't hyping him up. The fighters saying no to him. So it's like, bro, how you think we feel? We like, what the hell do they see that we don't see?
Hey, I was excited. I was ready when he blasted on the scene. I'm like, oh yeah, he about to beat everybody. You know, sure enough, I had to realize once again,
he ain't fighting nobody right now. Ain't nobody
ain't fighting nobody because don't nobody want it. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want it.
Right.
At the end of the day. Yeah, so I just wanted to touch up again on old dude too. I forgot his name earlier. You know what I mean? He got on Max Kellerman. You know what I mean? Just, don't get me wrong. I ain't no decaf, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't say that Max Kellerman is a racist. You know what I mean? I am a little fan of his. I used to follow him back in the day when he was doing LA radio with Marcellus Wiley. I don't think he a racist. At the end of the day, he worked for ESPN. He got to do his job.
He got to do his job.
He ain't gonna speak back.
See, he got it right. He got to do his job, right? But see, I met Max Kellerman before. He a cool cat. But see, that's the thing. Like you could still sugarcoat it while telling the truth. But see, the thing I didn't like about Max Kellerman when he first came on the scene and blasted on the scene, he was 100. You know, he really spoke the truth. But then he got infected. If you are who you hang with. So if you hang out with Jim Lampley, if you hang out with Larry, the biggest decafs wizards, you know, of course that you're going to get infected. And that's what pretty much happened with Max Kellerman. But now he's trying to fulfill his shoes. Yeah, but he's trying to fulfill their shoes and make them proud. And that's the issue. Like, for example, he knows Canelo. He knows Canelo ducking, but he want to say, oh, Canelo, he fights the best. And it's like, are you serious, bro? Andre Ward had to check him. Andre Ward had to check him. And it's so many like more examples, like I said, of wild comments he made. Like he will say Mayweather a businessman, but he will turn around and say Tyson Fury fight the best every time. Lomachenko fight the best every time. But facts say otherwise.
Right. He be talking that BS. You're right. You're right. At the end of the day, but you see what
let me add this right here. Let me add this. See, like it's one thing not to be informed and say something that's and you misinform the public and you give information out that's not true. But it's another when you are informed and you choose to act like you don't know what's happening and lie in order to have an agenda. Like I said, that's part of having an agenda. Yeah, you know the truth, but you rather lie to tell, to kind of, sugarcoat it. Like I said, at the end of the day, he can still sugarcoat it while telling the truth.
Too. You're right. And like I said, at the end of the day, he's trying to get his you see what he's getting off of it too. You know what I mean? He got his own little shows now, Max on Boxing. You know what I mean? It's sad, but you know what I mean? The money talks sometimes. You know what I mean? Right, like you said, at first he was spitting nothing but the truth when it first came, but you know what I mean? As soon as he hopped on that, like I said, that Grand Wizard, bandwagon with Jim Lampley and all them, you see where he's profiting from it. So, you know what I mean? I'm sure, I ain't gonna say I'm sure because I don't know him like that. He probably didn't want to be in this position, but I'm sure he's reaping benefits from it though too. You know what I mean? That's where, at the end of the day, he deserved everything he's getting though. Because like I said, you're getting the benefits, so you got to get this heat too. You know what I mean? You got to get this smoke and this work. You know what I mean?
Right,
talking
like
that
I
BS,
said, like,
and that's why I respect outlets like this because you gonna talk the real. You know what I mean?
And this thing is with new media, we will hold these old medias and decafs wizards accountable. You can say whatever you want to say on the mic. But one thing, the most dangerous weapon in the world is a camera and a mic. Because as soon as you caught on camera telling a lie, you're going to get exposed. And that's why I keep on Split Decision. See, I'm yet to see a video somebody exposing me. I'm yet to see somebody call in and expose Akhi, even though I'm challenging everybody. Because they can't. When you speak the truth, there's the only other side to that is the lie. There's two sides to every story, but when the truth is spoken, the other side nothing but a lie. But enjoy talking with you, Akhi. My computer about to die, so let me take the show out. So I appreciate it and call in again next show because I really wanted to talk to you some more. You seem like an intelligent brother, but like I said, I got to go right now, all right?
Don't worry about it, bro. Much love. Next time, man.
100. Peace. So with that being said, subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these decafs / old media that don't know ish about boxing. So with that being stated, don't be a decaf. Don't be a guy that's eating contaminated meat that don't have cojones. Y'all got me feeling like all y'all decafs got female parts. As soon as the live is over, y'all in the comment section talking all that ish like the keyboard warriors y'all are. But when I'm on the show, y'all got me feeling like the Iron Mike, the most feared, the young Akhi at a young age. Nobody want to smoke. But this ain't a fight, it's a debate. You don't even got the cojones to debate Akhi. Like I said, the truth will set you free. And there's two sides to it. When the truth is spoken, the other side ain't nothing but a lie. And when you go against the truth, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get knocked out. Y'all decaf's too easy. I could knock you out with an uppercut. Right hook, left hook, jab, right hand. It's too easy. Like I said, I'm yet to have an intelligent debate back and forth where I'm debating with somebody and I'm actually enjoying it. Like I said, y'all making it too easy on Akhi. So with that being said, y'all got me feeling like the Mayweather of Split Decision. Undefeated record with 412 fights, or debates, I should say, and 412 knockouts. Easy work. And like I always tell y'all, all these decafs, why y'all always hating? As soon as the live is over, please tell me why you always hating. They out here hating. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take y'all out. I appreciate everybody in the comment section.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger.